Pick up a copy of the souvenir program, the Mobil 164 annual 12 hours of sebring fueled by fresh from Florida. Welcome to Sebring International Raceway, and thank you very much for coming to join us.
The Motor Spirit is in Florida for the 12 hours of sebring. They've been racing here since 1950, and it's an important date on the International Motorsports calendar.
Sebring is one of those airfield race courses that were popular in the 1950s. It was a World War II training base for B-17 pilots, and it has seen some famous races. In 1963, Jim Hall brought his first Chaparral here, and Carroll Shelby brought a squad of Cobras funded with Ford corporate sponsorship. They did not do well, and Ferrari won for the 6th time. The race was in March, and by May 1963, Henry Ford II had sent his lieutenants to Italy to negotiate buying Ferrari, and everyone knows what happened there. In 1965, Jim Hall brought the Chaparral 2, and Carroll Shelby brought 4 Cobra Daytona Coupes, and the GT40 had an early outing. But the big news was the monsoon of a rainstorm that came in the late afternoon. Water flooded the course. Lap times were 19 minutes. The Chaparral won, but after they drilled holes in its floorboard to drain water. "1970 began to etch the Steve McQueen legend. He and Peter Revson drove a Porsche 908. McQueen had a broken foot from a motorcycle accident in California prior to the race, so Revson did most of the driving. They were threatening to win, but in the last half hour, Mario Andretti, driving for Ferrari, replaced the driver in the remaining Ferrari 512 and drove it as if possessed to win. A plot point similar to what would be in McQueen's movie Le Mans, which would begin shooting in July of 1970. This year, Ford brought the new Ford GT, with eyes on Le Mans, as it's the 60th anniversary of their first win there. The approach will be for a GT class win, not overall. Gone are the big V8s for a V6 twin-turbo, which has proven itself on the racetrack. It's a dramatic-looking car, still looking for optimum performance. Chip Ganassi Racing is managing the two-front attack. A U.S. team will compete in the IMSA Series, and a European-based team will run the World Endurance Championship Series and Le Mans.
My name's Bill, and I've been coming here since 1972. The thing I love about Sebring is it's just such a cool place, so historic, you know, World War II bombing or Flying Fortress base. You know, a lot of guys that were in the service, you know, when they left here, a lot of them never came back. So it's, you know, it's a little spiritual in that sense. The racing is just fantastic. The thing I remember probably the most about this crazy place was back in the early 80s. Everyone was drunk, but, you know, well behaved, so it was a...
Thunder, lightning, wind, and rain, reminiscent of 1965, stopped the race for a couple of hours on Saturday.
Yeah, this is the southern edge of the northern weather front that is pushing through right across Florida. We are right in the middle of Florida, and I thought it might just scrape a little bit north of us.
That's it. You can see this is all huge drop off going into
Television is not fair to this race. Hanging on a fence, watching the cars with a zen-like stare, they are so fast. Something that you don't see or appreciate in the quick narrative cutting of the TV broadcast.
Everybody, trophies up!
Sebring is more than a race. It's a throwback experience. No air-conditioned skyboxes, no fancy grandstand seats, cocktail service, it's do-it-yourself. Hotels are limited, but if you want to go that way, send me an email and I'll send you a list. But for the full-on Sebring experience, stay at the track. RVs are available for rent from Orlando, and at that point, it becomes a 96-hour party for a 12-hour race.
It was, it was just really crazy. And of course, the spring breakers, it all just, it just kind of was a momentum that, it was like a Woodstock with cars.